In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make Stephen O'Hanlon's shark. This is a modified version since his shark relies on using a sheet of paper which is coloured the same on both sides. We begin with a square sheet of paper. This sheet of paper I've made from ordinary photographing paper, and I have printed dark blue on one side using a laserjet printer and light blue on the other side. It's made from an A3 sheet of paper, so we have around about 11.5 inches by 11.5 inches here. Let's start with the light side up. We're going to make a diagonal valley fold from this corner to this corner. Unfold, and likewise we're going to make a valley fold from this corner down to this corner. And then we're going to unfold. We're now going to take this corner here and we're going to fold to our center point here, and we're just going to make a crease point. With one finger, just going to press down here along this center line, this diagonal center line here. Then unfold. Here we can see the crease point. We're now going to take this corner again and we're going to fold to this crease point here. Again, we're only going to be making a second crease point. So we're just going to press down on this diagonal crease along here, not all the way along here. Unfold. Finally, we're going to fold this corner to our second crease point here, and we're going to make a valley fold like so. Now we're going to turn our model over, and we're going to take this corner here and we're going to fold diagonally like so. We're going to make sure that the diagonal fold goes from this corner here diagonally up here, so it runs parallel to this center diagonal here. To ensure it runs parallel, let's first of all make sure that this corner marries up, and then this corner here aligns along our diagonal crease here. Once we're happy with the position, we can then press down firmly a parallel diagonal crease like so. Unfold again, and we're going to do the same with this corner here. We're going to take this corner, fold down following this diagonal crease here all the way up into the point of which we make another corner here, and we're going to make sure that this corner lies along this diagonal crease here. Once we're happy with the position, we can then press down firmly and make our parallel diagonal crease like so, and then unfold like so. We're now going to unfold this flap here, which we use as a guide to find this point and that point for this crease and this crease. We're now going to turn our model over And so you can see the creases. I'm going to orient it this way. What we want to do now is we're going to make some pre-creases, which is a valley fold crease, which is going to run from this corner. It's going to run up to around about here, and it's effectively going to bisect this angle here, from here to this edge here, this diagonal crease to this edge here. So we want to bisect this angle here. So I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to fold it to this diagonal crease here. We don't want to go all the way along this line. We only want to do this section here. So let's just press down a little bit like so. Just readjusting there. And this is a pre-crease that we're going to be using later on. We're going to do the same on the top side here. We're going to take this edge here, we're going to fold to our diagonal crease here. Like so. And we're only going to press down firmly from this point down to here. We're going to do the same on this corner here. We're going to produce another valley fold crease here, and another valley fold crease here. Let's start with the bottom one. I'm only going to fold that section there. Unfold, there's my crease. And I'm going to take the top edge, fold to our diagonal crease here. So then unfold. We're now going to take this crease here and we're going to fold along here. We're going to bring this one up like so. So we have a mountain fold crease, and we're going to make a valley fold crease along here. This brings it to there, like so. And what we've produced a smaller square, like so. We're now going to fold this edge here up until this edge here, producing a horizontal valley fold crease right across here. However, we're not going to fold all the way across. First of all, let's get our edges aligned, like so. And we're going to produce a valley fold crease just in this central piece here. This is just to produce a pre-crease that we're going to be using later on. We're then going to unfold, and as you can see, across the center, I've made a valley fold crease. We're now going to rotate our model and do exactly the same with this edge and this edge. Let's begin by folding the edges and aligning them, like so. Once we're happy with the alignment, we can then press down firmly in the center, like so. Unfold, like so. We're now going to open up our model, and we're going to do a valley fold crease along our diagonal line here. Rotate it 45 degrees, and we should have these vertical creases running vertically here. We're now going to, along this crease here, we're going to do a squash fold. So I'm holding the sheet of paper down from here to here, just before that crease. I'm going to raise it so it points up. I'm going to put my hand into here, and I'm going to do a squash fold, like so. And I'm going to press this down, and using this edge under here as a guide, and this edge here as a guide, I'm going to align this edge with this edge underneath here. And the same on this side. So, see, there's a bit of that edge there. So line it up. side, and the same on this side. Should line up perfectly. Once I'm happy with the position, I'm then going to press down firmly across here and across here. Now notice that we have this crease that we previously made along here. We are going to do a valley fold across here. So I'm going to hold the model down here and lift this section up and do a valley fold. As I do that valley fold, you'll notice that we have this crease here and this crease here. We're going to bring these in together. These are valley folds. Like so. Bring them in together like so. You will also see this crease here, this crease here. Again, on this side, they become valley folds. Like so. And we're left with this butterfly shape. We now want to lift this section up and do another squash fold. Then aligning this edge with this edge. As we press down, this edge will align along this edge, and this edge will align along this edge, like so. We're now going to rotate our model on the other side, and we're going to do exactly the same on this side. This flap here, bring it up towards you, open up the flap and do a squash fold, aligning this edge with this edge here, this edge with this edge here. We're now going to lift this flap here. Let's lift it up, and we're going to do a squash fold. Lift it up, pointing towards you. Side here. Make sure that these flaps here are all nicely aligned, because they do move around here. So I'm holding mine down with my finger here. This crease running down here will align along these two edges that I've brought together, like so. Once I'm happy with that position, I can then push my finger right to the top, hold that down, and then press down firmly to form two mounting creases on this side, like so. Now I'm going to fold this flap over once, and this flap I bring up, and I do exactly the same on this one. I'm going to do another squash fold. And squeeze this like this. You'll see that this edge here, this crease here, will align along here. So I'm going to make sure that these two don't drift apart. So I'm going to press it down with my finger. Then I'm going to push this down, making sure that that central crease aligns along these two edges coming together. Top. Once I'm happy with the position on the top, I'm going to then make my crease along here and my crease along here, like so. I'm now going to, from this edge here, I'm going to fold this edge to our center line, our vertical center line running along here. Now I'm going to unfold it, and I'm going to hold that flap inside here, like so. And now I'm going to produce a valley fold crease running from this corner here, just made this one, down to this corner here. Now the best way to do this is you can lift this flap up and it will only go so far because this sheet of paper here, this side here, won't go any further. Press this down, producing a nice valley fold crease here. Once I've got that aligned, I can then concentrate on this section here, and I want to make sure that this produces a nice sharp point. So I'm just using my thumb now, going right into the corner there. Once I'm happy with that position, I can then press down firmly, and then tug this tightly at the top, and continue that crease to run all the way down to that corner, like so. I'm now going to fold this back down. You can see that crease there, and I'm going to turn that valley fold crease into a mounting crease. I'm going to lift this and tuck this inside here, folding along that crease, just nicely tucked inside, like so. Now I'm going to turn this flap over once and turn it over a second time. And we're going to perform that same operation on this side. This time we're going to use this edge to fold to the center. We're going to fold this edge here to our center line here. I'm going to use my thumbnail here, just to get in the corner there, to start that crease off, and then fold this edge right to our center line here. Like so. Once I'm happy with the position, I can hold that down and I'll press firmly, like so. I'm now going to unfold, and I'm going to invert that fold. Along that crease, I can just push this in, like so, all the way in, like that. And then I'm going to fold, do a valley fold from this corner here down to this corner here. Let's start off by taking this flap, fold it up as much as you can, and then produce a valley fold crease along from here to here, just this half the section here. Like so. We're going to continue that crease to run from here to that corner. To facilitate that, I'm just going to use my thumbnail just to get right into the corner there, pushing the paper down, making sure it folds just in the right place to produce a nice sharp fold that goes right into the corner. I haven't quite got it there, so I can just adjust it before I make a firm crease. There, that's better. Now that I'm happy with that, I can just tug this and press down firmly, like so. I'm now going to bring this flap back down here, and I'm going to turn this valley fold crease into a mounting fold. I put my finger in here, and I'm just going to tuck this into the pocket here, like so. I'm now going to fold this flap back like that. Now I'm going to produce a valley fold which runs from this corner to that corner there. Lift this flap up, making sure that these angles are nice and sharp. Start with the left side, then I'm going to work on the right side. Once I've got those two angles there, nice and sharp, I can then press down firmly in the middle. With that valley fold, I'm now going to unfold it again, and this time I'm going to turn that valley fold into a mounting fold, and I'm going to tuck it inside here. Tuck it right inside, like so. I'm now going to turn my model over. Now I'm going to fold this edge to our center line here. And begin by making just a pre-crease, like so. We don't have to fold all the way along here. We just need to fold from the top here down to about here. It's about halfway through our model. And then we're going to unfold like so. We're going to do exactly the same on this side. Fold this edge here to our center line here. From about here up into the corner here, and then fold. We're going to do the same with this edge here. We're going to fold this edge to our center line. Again, not all the way up. We're just going to fold from the corner down the bottom to around about here, just about halfway up. Make a crease like so, and fold back. Same on this side. We're going to fold this edge to our center line here. And fold out. Start on this side. We're going to do fold like this. We're going to fold these two in. We have a valley fold here, a valley fold here. We're going to produce another valley fold which runs from where these two creases meet up until there. So I'm going to squeeze this together. Produce a nice sharp angle here. Like so. Okay. There's our three creases now. So I'll put that in like so. And then push this down like that. I'm going to do the same on this side. Again, first of all, start off by folding this valley fold and that valley fold. And bring this edge here to that edge there, producing a valley fold which runs from this point up until our corner here. Like so. Hold it up and fold it down, like so. We're now going to open up our model, like so, and we're going to take this flap and we're going to fold it from this corner right up to the top, like so. We're now going to fold this edge down to our crease here. And we only need to fold from the corner up until our vertical center crease here. Let it unfold, and we're going to do the same on this side. Fold this edge here down to our horizontal crease here. Again, we don't have to go all the way along. We're just going to start from this corner here, fold up to our center vertical crease here, and fold. Again, like the other two moves that we did earlier, these two valley fold creases we're going to bring together. We already had a valley fold crease here. We're going to bring all of this together like so, and we're going to fold this down like so. One side. And also on the other side. I'm just tightening up that crease, like so. These creases here and these creases here that we made earlier, we can now bring together like so. From this section here, this is going to be the fin of our shark. From this top section here, we are going to make a crease which runs from that point down to halfway between here and here. So we're talking about a point which is around about here. We're going to begin by making a valley fold. So I'm using my fingernail just to mark that point there and start the fold like so. I'm now going to make sure that this valley fold crease only runs up until the top part there. This bit where we have the fin, where the fin meets the body. Like so. I'm now going to lift this piece up, bend that piece up like so, and I'm going to, from this point up until this point here, make a valley fold crease. So I'm going to fold this edge to this edge here. So by squeezing these two together, like so. Once I'm happy with that crease, I can then allow this to fold up, and we're going to produce another valley fold crease running from here down to here. It should fall quite naturally. This edge should run more or less horizontally across from the center out to this side edge, like that. We're going to do exactly the same on this side. Let's move our fin over to this side. Let's begin by making a valley fold crease from this point here down to this horizontal line here. It's halfway between our center line and this edge here. So I'm going to put my finger around about here, start off this crease, and then continue it all the way up until that point there. Next crease is going to run from this point here up until that point there. You can do that by squeezing together this edge and that edge there. Squeeze it together. So. Once I'm happy with those two folds, I'm going to push this part up there, and then do another valley fold crease running from here, that point there, down to this edge here. This edge should then line up so it's almost horizontal, like so. Like so. We're now going to look at the two fins at the back of the shark. We made some pre-creases right at the beginning before we actually even started folding. We can still see them here. Here's one crease which runs along here. Likewise, there's one on the back, and also one crease along here, and again one on the back. We're going to do two mounting folds. One, so. And then also the one which is on the back, another mounting fold, like so. We're going to do the same on this side. One mounting fold, like so. And likewise on the back, so that tucks in. We're now going to turn our model over. We're going to concentrate on shaping the head of the shark. Here. Let's turn this flap over once and twice. We're going to take this edge and we're going to fold it to our center line here. But we're not going to make a very harsh crease. We're just going to make a very, very light crease. Here I've made my fold, and I'm just going to press down very lightly. I don't want this crease to actually stay. Then I'm going to let it unfold, like so. I'm now going to fold this edge here to this crease here that we've just made. And again, this is going to be a very, very light crease. So I'm not going to press down too firmly. Okay. Now I'm going to unfold it. The first crease I did, I'm going to fold along here until the crease actually stands perpendicular to the actual model. I'm going to place it down on the half surface. Here there is a small pocket, and I'm going to put my finger in there like so. So it opens up this pocket here. As I open it, this will open up gradually, and I'm just teasing it with my tip of my thumb like so, until it goes all the way down to that section there. Once I'm happy with that, I'm then going to press down firmly, and I've produced a fold like so. I'm going to turn this flap here once, twice, 3 times, and I'm going to do exactly the same on this side here. So a 4th time, do exactly the same on this side here. I'm going to fold this edge to our center line here, but only fold very, very lightly. Like so. Just push down very lightly, just using it as a guide to begin with. Let it unfold. You can hardly see the crease there. And now I'm going to fold this edge here to that new crease here. Again, very, very lightly. Like so. And again, unfold. Now the first crease, fold it. So it points perpendicular to our model. Here you see the little pocket. Let's open this up. I'll put my tip of my finger there. Thumb goes in there. As I press down, you can see that this is gradually opening up. Gently rub the tip of that so it spreads out. Once I'm happy with it, I can then press down quite firmly and do that. Okay. Now I'm going to fold this flap back once, this flap back again. Now we've got a more sharp looking head. Now I'm going to fold my model in half. 1 flap, 2 flaps, 3 flaps, 4 flaps, and the fin should pop up at the top here. Now rotate this 90 degrees like so. These two are going to be making the back fins of our shark. This is going to be the head. This is the fin at the top. We're going to have 1 fin here, 1 fin here. And we're also going to produce 2 fins which actually protrude around the front here. This section here, we're going to make sure that these 2 edges stay together, and we're going to pull this forwards like so. As you can see, these 2 flaps here are remaining together. Careful they don't separate, otherwise this will go right to the top here. Okay. We're now going to make a crease which runs from here up until here. So it runs down from here down to here. Sorry, runs from here down to here. So I'm going to invert that fold. I'm just going to bend that in there and allow that to run all the way down. Like so. It doesn't have to be too accurate, so even if you just leave a little bit like that at the end, only adds to the shape of that particular thing. This here, this edge here, if we look inside here, you can see that this is actually a flap which is tucked inside here. We want to take that corner here and we want to fold it inside to about here, producing a valley fold crease which runs from around about here up right into our model. So I'm just going to take this flap here and fold it approximately into the center, like so. Likewise on the other side. I'm going to, from this point here up until about here, I'm going to do a mountain fold crease. This bit's a bit fiddly. There we go. Fold it in like so. Like that. Because we've used paper which is light on one side and dark on the other side, we need to get rid of this section here. So what I'm going to do is open up our model here, like so. You can see these two things. Where you have this light paper showing through here, we're going to do a mountain fold all the way across here, right to the tip here, fold it right inside, like so. So now you can't see it. Then at this point here, we're going to fold, do another valley fold, and we're going to fold this one back out, like so. Making sure that this point here is tucked into that corner there. So it comes out like that, slightly goes upwards. We're going to do the same on the other side. Just open this up. Where we have this light line here, we're going to do a mountain fold all the way along there. Then fold this back out, this one back out, making sure that this edge here tucks into here, tucks into that top bit there, like so. We're now going to do the last part of the model, which is the fins here. This edge here, we're going to use this as a guide. We're going to take this flap here, we're going to make a mountain fold along here. So effectively we're going to fold this in, like so. So this now points out. We're going to do the same with this one. If I was looking on this side, again, it's going to be a mountain fold. Here, take it. Turn the model back over. If I open this one up, like so, we're going to make a valley fold crease running from this corner up until that point there. In other words, where this edge meets that edge there. So, here's my valley fold crease, like so. Let that one fold back, like so. Where I've produced this flap here, I'm going to tuck this into this pocket here, like so. Using our pins, and that should hold together. I'm going to fold this up a bit. It's almost perpendicular to our model. Same with this one. I'm going to fold that one on this side. Similarly with the two front fins, I'm going to fold this one so it's almost perpendicular to our model. Same on the other side. Now I'm going to hold the model just in front of the fin here. I'm going to open up the bottom of this, find the center of our model, and count the number of flaps. You'll be able to find where the center line is. This flap here, you'll see you can actually pull over, which is actually going to be making them out. Squeeze just past there. Pull this down. And then do a little inverted fold like so. And squeeze that together. Reduce them out. Like so. You can do a lot of shaping on the head. Like so. There is our shark. Let's just slip out. So I just you want this one to stick in a bit more. If you use paper which isn't as smooth as what I've got, which you get from a laser printer, you can actually just twist this down a bit, like so, so it actually holds a bit better. Like so. There is our shark. This is a modified model because the design that Stephen Hanlon came up with relies on the fact that you use paper which is the same colour on both sides, and I'll be showing you how to make that model also. Thank you for watching.